but I want to make sure that all students feel safe, and I think that's why this position is so important.
Now our Buxton Park lights up beautifully at night and looks fabulous during the day.
It is amazing to see all the things that students can get involved in on campus. It's always interesting to learn about the history of Simpson.
This year, we're starting a new segment. Let's take a look at some highlights. Welcome back to SCTV. I'm Rob Howes.
And I'm Kennedy Moore.
We'd like to start off this episode by remembering Professor Matthew Lau and the impact he had here at Simpson and the music department.
Check out the Simpsonian for a story about the legacy he left. Savannah Richardson gave us an insight to Allie Martinez's new role here at Simpson.
Simpson has unveiled a new office this school year and named a familiar face as the lead. Allie Martinez, who has worked at Simpson for 6 years, is using her experience to now take on the role of Director of Community and Belonging to share its vision.
It makes sure that every student on the campus has an advocate. We have 70% athletes, so you're going to have a lot of those athletes that are going to lean on their coaches, but who helps them outside of the field, outside of the court, outside of the mat, whatever it looks like. I was a college athlete. I think it's nice to know that there's somebody else on this campus that has my back. That may not be my coach, that may not be my faculty, that may not be an advisor, but I want to make sure that all students feel safe, and I think that's why this position is so important.
This new office expands from former DEI initiatives by targeting all Simpson students, not just the under-marginalized.
I'm really excited that Simpson is really focused on this initiative. I think with the legislation and the federal government, everything that's kind of going on, there was a lot of schools that moved away from it, but instead Simpson said, let's enhance it and make it look a little bit different so that we are reaching everybody.
And there are many that are as dedicated to the office's mission, like Latinos Unidos President Rachel Garcia.
Joining LU really helped me find a place of belonging on campus. And then with Allie's new position, she's been doing a really great job. And it's been really nice to be able to have someone to bounce ideas off of with, to especially right now because it's Hispanic Heritage Month, to have new ideas of how to make other people find a place of belonging and pointing them in the right direction.
Martinez, with the help of different organizations, is working to plan many events that embody her and the office's goals.
So I head all the affinity groups. So the affinity groups are going to be ACEs, Latinos Unidos, Black Student Union, Pride, and ISO, which is our international group. And then, like I said, listening to the students. What I do is supposed to be student facing, and if I don't hear all of their voices, then I'm not doing my job correctly.
We've had a couple events, and then beforehand, me and Allie talked about getting things out, and with her position, helping publicize our events and helping get more students active, especially if they're looking for a place of belonging.
Martinez and these events emphasize that everyone can find a home at Simpson and that she'll be working with students from all backgrounds to ensure they'll always have someone in their corner with the Office of Community and Belonging.
The minute you step on campus, you have an advocate in me. No matter where you come from, no matter what you look like, I do not care. You have an advocate in me. And I think that's the one thing I want to portray to students, is that they have a safe space no matter what. It's one thing I want to portray to parents or guardians, is that they have a safe space on Simpson's campus as soon as they walk on.
For SCTV, I'm Savannah Richardson.
Allie Martinez does a great job of helping all students feel like they belong here on campus. Speaking of campus, let's head over to Juan Zamora as he teaches us some fun facts about Simpson.
Hi Simpson, I'm Juan Zamora, and for this week's fun feature, I'm going through Simpson's Did You Knows. For example, did you know you could fit inside a thunder? We've all walked past the giant whispering maples, but did you know it signifies the time when Simpson started out with 0 trees and only 2 buildings? Up until a trustee gifted maple seedings to students, then the students planted these seeds, building our lovely campus. And if you haven't taken a walk down our beautiful Buxton Park, I highly recommend that you do. You'll fall in love with the beautiful scenery, the vibrant flowers, the bees, the overall peacefulness, the music, the squirrels that run around randomly, even statues for you to gaze your eyes upon. I mean, have you ever heard of the Mango Tango? Well, now you can with these QR codes that are next to the flowers. Some even the size of your hands. And did you know that a former mayor donated 8 of these beautiful street lamps with a message in mind? Someone cares, pass it on. Now our Buxton Park lights up beautifully at night and looks fabulous during the day. Those who have walked through the park have definitely seen this amazing art of a water fountain. But did you know that it lights up at night too, displaying even more beauty? At the end of the trail, you can find a cute little free library sponsored by the women of Kappa Delta Gamma. I had to sneak in this fun quote from a member in 1987, but did you know that our Simpson experience, keep in mind those 5 words at the top, offers us a timeline of chronological events from when the college started till now? Each red column highlights one of 5 Simpson ideals. This tradition, a part of every Simpson student's experience, the bad luck seal. Do not step on this before an exam. You are destined to get an F. And what's Simpson without George, our unofficial seal of Simpson, deeply rooted in tradition. Also, shout out the butt tree. Reporting for SCTV, I'm Juan Zamora.
It's always interesting to learn about the history of Simpson. This week, our sports feature is the women's soccer team. Let's take a look.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Reinert, the women's soccer coach at Simpson College. You know, I think we're in a good spot. We're just started our conference play. We knew we had a challenging non-conference slate that we had put together that was gonna be full of a lot of learning and growth. You know, it's like we had some girls learning on the fly. It's like the first time you snorkel, you got to figure out how to get under there and make it work. And so we got a lot of new people in the mix, and it's been good. It's been good. We have the last conference bye, so we have one more non-conference game that we put in that slot, but the rest of the way is basically conference time, and so that's getting a lot of our focus. This time of year, you got to go one at a time, and so we have Nebraska Wesleyan on Saturday, and a couple home games here in a row that we're excited to be back at our place. We like playing here. We graduated a handful of girls that played a lot of minutes for us, and so while it was just 6 girls in the senior class, you know, 3 of them were 5-year starters, had played their COVID 5th year, and then Maddie and Jordan and Lena also all 3 played a ton of minutes for us, and so you know, we knew that we'd look different. We've had to move some players around. Ellie Street's been a center back for us a few years, and we're using her all over the field right now, and so even our returning players are kind of up and down and in different spots of the field. Pepper is somebody that we also have relied on a lot for her first 2 years, had a broken hand and missed 3 weeks. And so we've had a handful of girls kind of working back into it. You know, truthfully, we've been a team that's trying to figure out our offensive identity and who's going to generate offense for us. And so that was a night where there was just a lot of relief that came through it. But also one that we wanted to grow from too, and recognize that our highlight of our season, we don't want to be in early September. And so we wanted to kind of frame that in the right way and make sure that we were getting better and not just so eager to hang our hat on one really good outing. So we talk a lot about being where your feet are, and it's one of our mantras this year. I think we have a lot of really ambitious young women in our program. We've experienced some success, and there's this drive to chase last year, chase who we have been historically, and the only way to really do that is to get better every single day. And so we've got to be planted in the now. We can't affect previous outcomes, we can't affect future outcomes, we can just get better each day. And each day calls for different things, and so you know, whether we're in the game day and you know, really even then, we just get to impact that game in the 90 minutes that we play it. And so there's lots of other time that we just need to be on the bus, and we need to eat the lunch, and we need to be a good teammate and try and live presently. And you know, when it's our time to execute, we're in that moment too.
The only home event for Storm Sports this week was a women's soccer game against Monmouth. Let's take a look at some highlights.
The Simpson Storm women's soccer team took on the Monmouth Scots in their last non-conference game before ARC action began. The Storm picked up the 5-1 win after Allie Hoff's second half performance. The Scots started hot with a goal in the 3rd minute to give them the lead early. After this, the Storm never looked back as they proceeded to score 5 unanswered goals. Ellie Street started the rally by quickly answering in the 6th minute, followed by Abby Bell in the 18th minute. In the second half, Hoffa took over, assisting on 2 goals and scoring her team-leading 5th goal of the season. The team scored 3 goals within 6 minutes in the second half to take a commanding lead. The Storm continued to control possession throughout the game and dominated with 13 total shots, 13 of them on goal. With the win, the Storm improved to 4 wins, 3 losses, and 2 ties going into the conference opener against Co. Signing off for SCTV, this is Will Hudelson.
This weekend, we have an action-packed slate of Storm sports right here at home, including a volleyball match against Central tonight.
We had a shorter episode this week, but we appreciate you all tuning in.
I'm Rob Howes.
And I'm Kennedy Moore.
Roll Storm!